this video, I just wanted to sort of explain why I took a break. Yeah. So, I guess the biggest reason was that I was just tired. I had lost my passion for video making. I was tired physically. I was working 40 hours a week, pretty much full time, as a cashier. So I was always on my feet, and I was always interacting with people, and I'm an introverted person. So when I would come home, I was completely wiped, and the very last thing I would want to do was make an ASMR video. Yeah. I just needed time for it with myself to just sort of recharge and recuperate from the day. Yeah, I was just exhausted. But then I would definitely say I kind of lost my passion for making videos. For a decent amount of the time, it felt like I was just trying to get a video out for the sake of getting a video out. And I think as a result, my content was not as good. And I wasn't making videos that I wanted to do. And I think as a result, I think it kind of showed in the video quality. And as a result, they were not that great. So yeah, my channel was kind of stagnated. I didn't see much of an increase in subscribers or views. I felt like my content was just kind of stale, and I didn't really know what direction I wanted to take. I had forced myself to make like a video a week, and while initially that was fine, like it doesn't sound bad, but it got to the point where it felt more like a chore and not where I was making videos that I enjoyed making. Sadly. However, at the same time, I also did try to sort of reignite my interest in it through editing. And to be honest, editing is kind of my least favorite part. But I tried getting into like Adobe After Effects and Adobe Premiere to sort of recreate like special effects to make like a sci-fi video. But that was a lot harder than I thought. I made one, and I had plans to make another, but the one I made, I was proud of it. I made my own assets because, one, it's very hard to find free assets out there because I was new to it, so I didn't really know what I was doing at all. So I was hoping to find like pre-made templates, but of course, it turns out that's something people would charge for, which I was not aware of at the time. Which makes sense why people charge for it now, looking back in retrospect. But, yeah, people charge for them. So I was looking for free ones, and the free ones that were out there were not that good, or they weren't really what I wanted. So instead, I tried making my own, and coming from someone who had no experience in After Effects beforehand, that was very challenging, because I would watch like YouTube tutorials, and the tutorial would be like, maybe 13 minutes, but then it'd take me around like 35 minutes to actually make it, just because I didn't know where everything on Adobe After Effects was. If you're familiar with Adobe, you kind of know it's not very new user friendly. It's sort of there's definitely a learning curve. So yeah, I definitely bit off more than I could chew. So I tried, but I made that one video and I was proud of it. It's still one of my favorite videos I've made. But I wanted to do another sci-fi video because people were asking for one, and I wanted to do another one. So I made more assets. I made a script. Not a script, I had a loose script in mind. Wrote a very loose script. I then filmed it, made the assets, edited it about halfway, and then stopped. I don't remember why I stopped. I think I was just tired that day. I was like, okay, that's good for the day. And I just never picked it back up. Why that is, I really don't know. Like I said, I think I was just tired. And I wasn't too happy with the assets that I made either. Because, yeah, they weren't the greatest quality. I might go through and edit it at some point, but we'll see. I really wish I could like afford to have these really big ones, these really big asset packs made, because there's some really cool templates out there, but they're like $300. So I think that kind of contributed to my burnout, and I feel kind of bad saying I had burnout. Well, actually, kind of, yeah, I feel a little bad. I know there's this one ASMR YouTuber that I follow. I'm not gonna say who it is. At one point, I know I was watching one of their videos and they were discussing burnout, but instead they were like attacking it. They were like, I think it's lazy for people to say that they have burnout and stop making ASMR videos. And I was like, what? I do not agree with that at all. To each their own. They have a right to their own opinion. But that was something I was like, I really don't agree with you on this at all. I think it's perfectly fine to, I think if you just keep doing something over and over and over again, you lose your passion for it, and you kind of need a break to get back into it, which was what I needed. So this sort of brings me into my next segment. I guess another big thing that happened for me was I moved. I started university. I'm not gonna say where I go to school. Just for privacy reasons. Because all you need to know is it's a really good school, and I really like it there. So I think it's a really good fit for me personally, and I have had a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed it so far. And I lived in the dorms, like the student housing, like the student dormitories on the campus. And if anyone's familiar with American college dorms, I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in the U.S. at least, they're kind of known for being loud. Like dorm life's known for being loud. I didn't have a roommate. I was supposed to, but he ended up not coming because I didn't know him at all beforehand. I went in blind. But he was a international student from, I don't remember where, India. He was from India, and he decided not to come just because with the pandemic, he decided to stay back home, which is understandable. Yeah, so I had a large room to myself essentially. So I guess I could have filmed in the room, but my neighbors were pretty loud. There was this one group across the hall from me that they routinely were very loud. They had a lot of people over, which honestly, with COVID and everything, that probably was not very smart on their part. But yeah, they were very loud, and I don't consider myself to be a super confrontational person, so I wasn't gonna like knock on their door and be like, hey, can you quiet down so I can film a video? Like, I wasn't gonna do that. Just the equipment that I brought to campus for videos. I brought this microphone, but then I didn't bring this this lighting setup. I brought like a smaller desktop one, which did not work. Just the tripod, it was a bad angle. It was not going to work. So I guess that sort of brings me to my final segment before I go to the dorm tour, which was where I see this channel going forward. So I have since moved back home. I will be at home for next semester. Basically, the way my university did it was back in the summer when they announced we'd be coming back. Things were looking a lot better. The cases weren't as bad as they are now. And so they were like, okay, you guys can come back. You guys can come to campus. And I was excited. But then things kind of took a turn for the worse. I think kind of on a global scale. I know in the U.S. things have always been kind of pretty bad in terms of the virus and everything like that. Like, things have not been that great here. But I think in other countries, I think they for the most part, they've had a better handle on it than we have. Yeah, I'm not trying to be political or anything. I'm just saying, like, it seems like other countries have done a better job in terms of that kind of stuff. But we'll see. I do know. Sorry, 1 second. But yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, basically, cases, we're kind of in a second wave here. We're in a kind of a second wave here. So pretty much I think most college campuses and universities, they decided to that the second semester be virtual, meaning students would not be returning to the dorms. And I mean, some people like have an apartment, but they've leased that apartment, and that's not through the university. So obviously they'll be going back to campus. But for for a decent amount of the students, a lot of us are going home and staying home. Just because, yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, so I am back home, and I will be for the next semester. So I hope to make more videos. They will probably be more sporadic, just because I don't want to go back to where I was forcing myself to making a video a week. But yeah, I am very excited to see where this will take us. I hope to make some fun videos. I have a couple ideas, but if you have other ideas, feel free to comment them. But yeah, I am really excited, and I will now hand it over to the voiceover for the dorm tour. Have a great night, guys. Okay, so welcome. So yes, I am wearing blue light glasses. I guess we'll start off real quick. This was like a mirror area, and I guess that I heard they used to have sinks, but they tore them out when they were doing renovations, and I looked into it, and it was apparently because people used to use the sinks as restrooms when they were too lazy to leave to use the communal restrooms. But this area, it was just like a storage area for quick things, cleaning supplies. So we have face masks, and then like hand sanitizer packets, acne cream, trash bag, lint roller, first aid kit, dish soap, etc. Some Swiffer pads, just gotta keep the place clean, And then we had these towel racks, which were pretty nice. Not all of the dorms had those, so that was pretty cool. Pretty handy. But yeah, this is a pan of the room. It's a pretty big room, 12 by 19 feet. So I think this was one of the biggest dorms on campus, like one of the biggest residence halls. But yeah, they had these like giant built-in wardrobe things, like closets, I guess. And none of the other buildings, like student housing, had these. Like they would just have like a hole in the wall and like a metal bar, but these had like full-on like furniture in there. Like they had like shelves and drawers, which meant I could use those instead of the university, like other furniture the university provided. But yeah, it was this one would have been my roommate's one. I didn't show mine, but my roommate did not come, so I guess I should have led with that. I think I mentioned it earlier, but I did not have a roommate. But yeah, this is just where I kept some snacks. Part of my refrigerator, because my Brita took up a lot more room. My LED lights, which unfortunately did not make the trek home. Rest in peace. Yeah, I brought them back, but they did not work, because I guess they got a little too bent during travel. So that was a pretty big disappointment when I came home. But yeah, I guess zooming in, this is where I kept some plates, some sunglasses, an I voted early sticker, Tide Pods for laundry, gotta use those. I don't know why I did that. I filmed this a while ago. A giant thing of hand sanitizer, Cards Against Humanity, which is like apples to apples, but a little more mature. That's like my filming. That was the setup I was using for filming, so a lot smaller. And then some vitamins, because my mom thought I was going to starve. And then here I had like my microwave and refrigerator, mini fridge. And then I had a lamp. Yeah, apparently I decided to show the LED lights again. Oh, this is the room from another angle, so that's like my lofted bed, which we'll get into in a little bit. And then this was my desk area, so up here I just had like folders, air purifier that my aunt got me that I never really used. Let's see, what is that? A whiteboard to write things on, like assignments and stuff. And then we're zooming in on a bowl of mints. So, yeah, I really like mints, like the Lifesaver mints, so I bought a huge bag from Costco. I think I refilled that bowl like 3 times while I was there. And then, just some books to read, pass the time, some light reading, some syrup containers that, like, extra, they weren't opened. And this is just my laptop, my MacBook Pro, my iPad Pro, both of which, I'm not trying to flex, both of which I bought with my own money. Yeah, bought the iPad Pro through my university, so I got that student discount. But yeah, here I had like my water bottle, some craisins, because who doesn't love cranberries? A plant that I somehow did not kill. Thought I would kill it, I did not. This is where I kept my fan because during the dorm was old, so like it doesn't have air conditioning, so you have to have a fan. And it was so hot because I was on like one of the upper floors, so the heat was really bad during the summer months. But I would bring it close to the window, obviously. But then yeah, here this would have been my roommate's bed. That since I didn't have a roommate, I had an extra bed still, so I kind of turned it into like a couch, I guess. And I just kind of put like a blanket there for show. But yeah, this is a painting that I did an acrylic pour. I don't know if the color scheme really works or not. But I thought it was fun. Added a little bit of a accent piece to the room, I guess. But yeah, this is my bed area, I guess. So I lofted my bed. So this is where I just had my got my Apple boxes, because bought the stuff through my university, so I had to store those somewhere. But it's a bit of a mess, as I call it, disorganized chaos, or organized chaos. Organized chaos, that's the word. Anyways, some mangoes, my charging area, where I charge my phone, a lamp, some extra coins. There have been a lot of coins here. But yeah, this is my other bed. This is like my bed area, my backpack. And we're moving into like my underbed desk area, which I initially set up to be my main desk area, but I did not use this area at all. I relocated to the other area because it was by the window, so it had a lot more natural light. I just liked it more, too. So yeah, I don't know why I chose to zoom in on that. I filmed this a while ago. Don't even remember. But yeah, I had like this bedside caddy thing that would always fall down. But I had like my remote for my LEDs and like a few pins in there, like from when I interned on a political campaign. But yeah, this is the ladder. This is going up to my bed. I had the fan there because, like I said, it was hot, no air conditioning, so I had to have like the air circulating. But yeah, this is the view from the top, I guess, and again, the LEDs, rest in peace. But yeah, that's about it from up here. And then, yeah, yeah, I think I'm gonna come back down in a minute. Yeah, and there's some